face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. 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 Talk your face off.
Yeah, I gotta go. We're gonna go live. Yep. See ya.
You're such a train wreck.
The time?
Yeah.
Did you start it already?
Yeah, it started, man. You got to get off with your agent. How's that?
That's good.
Right.
We could have done that ahead of time.
Well, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're just like
burners,
landing right. Nice. Nice. What's going on? Call to crawl. Let's see. We got Don Trividin, Ed Duchiminin, James RC, These Old Flapping Lips, James Leshorn. What's going on, dudes? Let's see. What else do we got? Al Castro's in the house. Kurt's RCs, JMs. I already said that. Owen Rogers, Mir Deef. Yep.
Oh, James sent me something. I haven't been able to watch it yet. I need to go back and look.
No controls in the house. Racing case. What's going on? Man, okay, so I sent you the list that I was just furiously pounding into the
I know, that's
thing.
why I had my phone up and it was going live, and I'm like, I'm just going to pretend like I'm on a call. But I was actually trying to look at the list you were sending.
Yep. So we got small talk, competition corner, RC postmortem, bench time, and upcoming stuff. Boom.
Sounds
How you feeling?
I feel good.
Much.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Last
James
time
Brown
was rough.
style, huh?
Last time was rough.
I know. Yeah, me too.
I was not one to be on at all. Not one bit.
No. Did you get worse or better after that?
Better. Yeah.
Good.
Better. Yeah.
Good.
Wednesday was Thursday was great.
Yeah.
Wednesday, started and ended rough, but middle was great. Thursday, nothing. It was completely gone. So
good
to go.
Dude, so the struggle bus we're on right now is we just got a new mattress for our bed. And it is like, I just want to go to bed right now because it's like that comfortable, and it's like I've hit it, and like I already like fall asleep instantly as soon as I put my head to the bed. Like just like, I mean, it's like boom. My wife hates it. Like it's like I'll be like, okay, I'm going to bed. Turn off my phone, put my glasses over, and literally it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Now, did you get new pillows too? Like, because that was like,
I mean,
like those really heavy ones that feel like they're 15 pounds or whatever and just dense. Got one of those like for the first time 15 years ago, maybe now. That's a long time ago. But it was game changing from always having just like the cheapest, Kmart pillow I could get. To one time, when we had to buy all the new stuff, we're like, well, let's just, we're already spending this. Let's just add them and see what happens. Because I felt awesome in the store, and oh man, game changing. Now I'm like, for something that I put my head on 8 hours a day, it's like kind of an important thing. Like, why do I go cheap on that? But I'll spend a ton of money on things I barely use.
RC
like
cars,
mountain bike, RC cars, right?
Yeah. No, anyway, totally. And that's my mattress.
When was the pillow talk portion of the show? Like you read?
Well, well, it's small talk, so it's kind of
okay. Pillow talk tonight. Yeah, okay. Cool.
So CSL RC Lauren, Travis
RC
Customs
Jeep
RC.
guy is
he goes.
liver.
I guess I'm
he doesn't even matter.
Whatever. He's getting some cool stuff soon anyway. So we'll talk about that maybe in a little bit.
Pat Smahi says, "Consider yourself lucky. I suck at sleeping." Yeah, I did. I'm trying to change my ways. Like I was always just I'm just like I'm a night owl. I'm whatever. I also am like caffeine doesn't affect me, but. You know what? Maybe that's the reason I'm a night owl is because I don't stop drinking caffeine till I fall asleep. Like I can have it, like I brush my teeth and just swish it, out with some Coke or whatever. And
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. Couldn't do that, but That's what it feels like some nights. Like,
yeah,
right before, and then, but you go until you're so dead that you just
that's my
always are
problem.
chasing that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been my thing. I've been a night owl my entire life, but that's my thing is that if I'm a night owl, it's like I joke that it's like I leave it all on the field, like I go and I'm just like go until I'm tired and then I'm out. And I need to get like 6 to 7. If I get less than 6 or 7, I'm not very happy. If I get more than 7, I'm groggy.
My thing with it was that I used to get a lot done. Like I would just always wanted to learn stuff, and I just go But at that point, like my kids were going to sleep at 8, so like I still felt like, oh, let's get into it, and then you just keep going to like 4 in the morning because you were like full on in and you were making progress. Now it's like they don't go to bed till like 11.
It's brutal.
And it's like,
I know.
Now it's like I don't even want to get started. It's kind of, like kind of. So like that last staying up till 2, I'm just like doing nothing. Like it's wasted time. I'm like, why am I doing that? Like I'd rather get up energized and do stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to change that now because Ionia is a good place to stay for the gauntlet. It's the closest place you can pretty much stay if you want to get like hotels and stuff. It's not as nice as Grand Rapids, but it's closer. And it does fine. Yep.
Nice.
That's where Jeff, who runs it, like he had hotels. He didn't get to make it this past year because he got sick and all that. But like he had a hotel in Ionia.
Nice.
So a lot of people do that. But yeah. All right.
So what have you been up to?
Talk about pillows and stuff. So I had some time to get some stuff done.
Nice.
I did that Jeep video.
Yes.
The FJ40 because I think I showed it 2 weeks ago up in the studio and I was having nothing but internet problems.
Oh, gotcha.
So I did fix that.
I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and I pulled it out and showed the FJ40. So I got videos on that done and it's really cool. I mean, it's
nice.
What they do is insane with those. But
super strong.
I did build these wheels now. The hard parts. And I snapped off one of them, so I'm showing you the wrong side. Look at this side. It looks better. Yeah. All of them are there. So it's actually got a ring on the inside that's carbon fiber. So normally you'd put that on the outside for like bling, but I put it on the inside to push the wheel out more, so it'll actually make the hub tuck more.
Yeah.
So I used it as a spacer in order to suck the wheel in even further. But I did that because I built the Mias front axle. So you get the crazy steering now with these.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
that's a lot.
It's it's all up in the shock and like it'll hit the chassis up there. There's so much. So now I've got to redo my shocks and move my shocks forward so they have even more room to turn without actually. Where's that one? It's getting all up on that shock. Can't see it from there. It's all up on the shock.
All up on it.
Hitting it. Yep. So I need to get shorter shocks and put them to the front.
I was going to order a set of those shocks, but you're out of stock on them. I was disappointed.
I have them.
I think so. It said out of stock.
Oh, well, I haven't done a very good job of keeping up on that. I just saw that the servo mounts were out of stock, and I had 15 of them sitting on the wall. So
what a jerk.
Yeah. I've been printing them. And I've been printing the Treel pine trees like crazy because I was just printing Injora because those were just selling all the time. But now it's just the Treels. It's like one guy bought 3, another guy just bought a set of 2, and then all the other single ones. But like they're just going out the door. And I'm like, good. I'm printing them and I'm not keeping up. Like they're ordering them, and I'm like, it's gonna be a day or two before I catch up enough to send you them all. So yeah.
Nuts.
But this thing is getting revisited, some new life breathed into it because it's pretty beat up. The axle I took off of it again, one of the originals. I added some new stickers too.
Nice.
Freshened it up with the hard park stickers and
I need
reaction.
to print off some more stickers.
I think I have. Yeah, I have yours up there.
Do you? Where? Oh yeah, there it is. Yep.
Got Mofo on there.
Yep.
Spec, Reefs, DSM, off-road. Yeah. So
sweet.
Creep, the J Concepts ones on the side. So yeah, that one's my sponsored out truck.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, we so I've got, oh man, now I'm spacing, brain farting on the name, and this isn't a good way to like say something nice about a company, but they are the Hard Body Crawler Co. I might be building one of their FJs on a SCX24 platform.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes. It's I don't know how. I'd like to. What I'm thinking about doing is doing something that's like it's a super scale body, right? Like super scale. But I'm thinking about going like massively wider and big tires and just making it look like a big crawler kind of a thing,
Yep.
Stretch it out a little bit. I think it'll be cool. Just because I feel like it's like the small tires would be awesome, but I feel like it's probably really top heavy. And so you're going to be fighting it a lot. I think if you go oversized and you just get it way out and planted, it'll look cool and it'll lumber.
As long as you never have to go through gates.
Who cares about gates?
You'd be a guy that's going to show up at the gauntlet with that thing and we're going to be like, bro, you thought you had a great truck.
Nah.
You about to get the smack down.
I'm coming with my Grinch.
Yeah.
My Grinch, and you're going to be like, oh.
So that's the thing. This thing is so narrow now. Like, and the rears are narrower because of they're the stock. And so with those hard park wheels, I mean, they're so close to the shocks even.
Yeah.
Not as much on the front because it's a wider axle. Mm-hmm. And so that's our, you end up spending. So these wheels with shipping and all, you end up, it's a spend. It's like $65 or something like that to build out the wheels. If you do
that's
the
not terrible
stuff. It's
not.
That's
not terrible.
It's I mean when you're looking at $30 for the Endure and whatnot, but
yeah,
35. So it's, but I mean these ones are titanium, but they've got the brass rings, and you actually get hubs that you can change out the offset on.
So it looks sick.
And these are the honeycomb ones, so those were even a little more. It might have been a little more than 65 when I was done building it.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Ooh. They gave it to me.
Yeah. They did not. Other mini news is the Micro 55 is out.
Yeah.
And so a couple things to tell people. I was working on a video for it, and this is really made for the Traxxas vehicles. So I was trying to make a video without putting it into a Traxxas vehicle to make a video.
Is it smart?
Yes. You can connect it to the, no, it's not a winch one. Why? But you can connect it and program it. It's not smart. It's programmable.
If it's programmable, you should be able to winch it. 100%. So
it's fully programmable.
All day. It's a winch.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
There you go.
Use it as a winch.
So it's a 25 tooth standard.
Oh.
Top. It's not a micro. Big. It's huge.
Yeah.
So it also has really large. I think it's really meant for the dig switches and all that stuff. See how big those gears are?
Massive.
So I wanted to put it into one of my other trucks, my SCX24s, because it actually fits onto the Emax servo mounts without touching the upper links. It's the perfect size for a 24 scale.
Yeah.
But it's about impossible to mount to it because you're going to have to make like a washer type thing that'll take those little screws. So I'm going to 3D print like a little square that'll sit over all this that you can suck it up with. And then that's I mean, you can really only use their servo horns that come with it, which doesn't bother me because I'm not a metal servo horn guy anyway. I don't know where the plastics, but they're pretty large. And so you also have big holes in there. So you either have to drill out your steering link balls in order to get a bigger, like a 1.5 through that would come with a TRX4M or whatever. So it's just not like, man, I was hoping it'd just be quick and drop it in one. It's not a quick drop it into a, even though it's like the perfect size for an STX24.
Yeah.
And it would fit on your stock mount, like your stock servo tray, pretty much, if you just trimmed out the little plastic. But yeah.
I wonder if you can change out the top gear for the Micro 99 top gear.
I wonder.
You know what I mean? Like if you could do that, then you would have best of all worlds.
They're not white. They're not white servo horns. So
yes.
You know.
Yes. Just saying. Killing me.
I love to run them and just make people cringe.
Killing me.
Oh yeah. I don't paint them or anything. Just leave them. They're
you great. Don't even clip them. They're all long too. You're like, hey, look at this super long.
Yep. Yeah.
Gross.
Brian's right. No expense spared on the wheels.
Yeah.
They're totally worth it. They're full on bead locks too. So like you want to take these wheels off, you take off every one of those screws.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it fit over. These are running the Treel pine trees in them, just straight up, no adjustments. And it looks like because they're super narrow wheels. And I'm like, oh crud, that's gonna, I actually made new ones that would be more the size of it.
Yeah.
And actually the Treel ones work better, even though they overhang by the time it wraps, and you can't even see that it's wrapping it. It actually makes these tires bite really well, so they don't spin. So yeah,
so make those tires look
Treel
good
pine trees were perfect on it. Yep. So I think I took 4th place. So the thing that I have to get used to is it's so much lighter without the brass wheels. It just moves, like the back end. Just you turn the servo and it picks up and moves. So.
What kind of tires did 1st, 2nd, and 3rd have? Not scramblers?
These ones. Scrambler. No, first had knockoff ones, like the Endura ones. They're like the knockoff ones. Or no, LGRP. No, Endura, I think. The knockoff ones, yeah.
I had the Swamp Donkeys.
I
my
know.
favorite.
Somebody called it out on one. I was like, oh, I thought those were scramblers, but they're the lookalikes.
The powdered eggs.
Yeah. But Brandon's rigs, he's the one that has that one that's made out of the styrene that looks amazing.
Right. Yeah.
He's the one that won. Like he tied with Dana, who is always up there. Like so
that's fantastic.
They had a 6, which is crazy. I had like a 12 or 14.
You suck.
Which is still good. It was just winches, no reverses, it handled really good, but
you need to start over.
I was just worried about the truck. I didn't trust it, and so I kept thinking I was going to hit gates because
you suck.
You're
terrible. You should stop doing 21st.
I just got those J Concepts megalithics, so the 1.0 size. I got them both, the Class 2 and the Class 3 versions, to put on some stuff and test.
I want to try the Tusks. The Tusks.
I have those in 1.0 as well.
Yeah, I should try that on that hard body. That'd look cool. Get all
Jason
wide.
Talentless Off-Road says 57 millimeter Tusks all day. Yep.
That's why I said it. Yep. That's why I said it.
I have those too.
So
he says it's perfect for the Boom Racing shift servos, direct fit, and it uses their servo horns too. Oh, that's awesome. So
there you go.
That's all. Yeah. And it's a direct fit, they say, for the TRX4M and the TRX4.
That's nice.
I don't have any TRX4s at all to put it in.
Wouldn't it work on the Vanquish or on the Basecamp 3? You would think so. A little micro servo.
Yeah, it would work for that, I'm sure. So I actually have that the ready to run of the one of what was the Phoenix, the Portal Phoenix.
Yep.
I believe I have the ready to run of that, and so I can try it, I guess, on that because I don't have anything on the dig or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not the dig, the overdrive.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
So I'll put it on the overdrive. Yep.
There you go.
So
nice. Do you see the new Ecto 12? I kind of like it a lot.
I did see it, just like that it was announced. I saw pictures on Facebook, but I saw green. It was green, and it looked like a.
I saw a red one.
Oh, is it not green?
I haven't. There could be a green one. The one I've seen a lot of is red. You could be colorblind because I think red looks like green when you're colorblind.
I am colorblind. Oh, it is red.
Either way, looks pretty sick. And I would totally get down with that. I don't know when I would use it or how I would use it. It'd be a good travel car. But I feel like it would leave me wanting more. Maybe. It'd be interesting to see what something like that would be like with like a fear tech system in it. You know what I mean? Like if it would be nice and creepy crawly or how it would go.
Yeah, it is red. Totally red. Why did I think I saw green?
I don't know. What's the difference between the Ecto 12 and the Sendero 12 besides the body? I don't think there is anything. I think it's just like the rest of the stuff logo. Where it's so I think it's just like the Enduro platform. You get one platform and change up the body. Yep. It's 12 scale, so it's much smaller than the 10 scale, allegedly. No, it looks smaller. It's quite a bit smaller. Yeah. Cardboard's asking about your reverse scores, how they do it.
First of all, it's the name that was green. So that's what I did see in the pictures. It was a big logo of their name with and then you saw the bumper and all that in the little squares on Facebook. So that's where I've seen the green in my head.
So
the reverse is the way that we do it is it's 3 points for reverse, but you only count it once until you get through that gate. As soon as you clear the gate, any more reverses is 3 points. Or another reverse is 3 points. But you can use that reverse as many times as you want until you get through the gate. It's not like every reverse. Yeah.
Addie's has a great idea. The Claude body on the Ecto 12.
Nice.
Dude.
It would be a great size.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick. Would be sick.
So the when I first got those the one that I say I'm going to sell, the other 12 scale ones, the Barrage, but they were like that Doomsday or whatever kind of Barrage.
Yeah.
I got those because the Bigfoot bodies sat over it and looked like 48.
Oh, nice.
Size tires on it. Instead of like monster tires, it looked like old school Bigfoot sitting on that Barrage Doomsday. And so that's what I was going to do with it, is make that into the like a Bigfoot kind of retro thing. And I never did. And they were already the right Chevron tire. So that's why I collected a couple of those. Yeah,
that'd be a cool little scaler.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I am torn on the 12
put a good
scale.
motor in it, unlike the other monster truck that's that size. You could convert that into one.
Yep.
Blackfield's almost dead on for it.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I am torn on the scale. It is kind of odd, but I think it's probably geared towards a gateway for people. You know what I mean? It's not a competition crawler. They know that. And it's not a trailer, really. It's more of I wouldn't call it a toy. I guess we'll see what happens with the aftermarket. If the aftermarket picks it up, then it's like, well, maybe there's something going on here.
Somebody going from a 24 scale that doesn't really love that 10th scale size, maybe. I don't know. They still like their small stuff. I don't know.
I think they would be great in the backyard. Like if you had a backyard course, it'd be perfect. You can
Brian
go a long
Kushner
ways.
is waiting for the 111th scale, and then he's all in. He's all in on the 111th scale.
All in.
Yep, I dig it.
All in. It's a tough truck.
Oddball servo size. Oh,
I thought it was a normal scale servo.
I haven't seen it. I've only seen the green one, and it doesn't exist.
Yeah. PSF RC. Did I say that right? I think so. I think it would probably be best on a trail if you put it on your backpack and then you stopped and crawled in cool areas. I think anything that's small is going to it's going to be hard to get the, get the gearing right to go for a long distance, for that long of a distance. Like when I think of when we trail, I'm thinking it's going to be like a, 5-mile hike or something like that.
The 118th is, I wouldn't still call that the in between. That's still micro for a crawler. Like going trailing with that, they're kind of small for going and hitting like an actual walking trail, hiking trail, in my opinion. But unless you're just going to stop and hit up a little area that's right there, but you're not going to want to walk long trails. Battery size is a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah.
And that's the thing. I think if you had it on your backpack and then you stopped and did like little sections, I think that'd be plenty, and that would be fine, and that would be cool. But I think a long walk with those is too much. It's too much.
18th or the 12th?
12th even.
Even the 12th?
I don't think I would put
small. I don't even think you'd notice it. It just won't be able to get over some of the stuff that's bigger.
I think it would wind out
keep
too
up
much.
With speed.
Yeah, but I think the way it's geared though, it'll definitely keep up with speed. I just think that the way it's geared, it would get hot walking that long. I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like you could throw it down and walk maybe half a mile or a quarter mile doing stuff, and then put it back in your backpack, and then walk a little bit more and do that kind of thing. But I can't see it using it like how I do my trail hikes, where it's like we're just going and the car's down the entire time. I can't wait to do that again. I'm so jonesing for it.
Yeah, I feel like that we're definitely getting too many scales at this point, but only so many are going to stick. It's just the brakes.
I saw a really cool, so the Hammer Ray's on sale. I saw someone take that cage and body and put it on a SCX6, and I was like, that looks dope.
Really?
It was perfect. And I was like, that's the body. Like it got the reason why I got my juices
really long. So it'd be just a narrow SCX6 somehow.
Well, the reason why I got my juices flowing is because I was thinking IFS SCX6 with that body on it would look way cooler than the body that we got for it. So, yeah.
Speaking of bodies for it, you have a body to show.
I do have a body to show.
I have a body. Travis was asking about this if I painted it yet. I have not. I have marked the holes on it. It's a J Concepts. Yeah. I was sold on it because it's pre-cut. I marked my hole spots because I'm gonna do clips. I'm a clip guy for crawlers. Lock it on there. Secure. Don't worry about it. As much as I tumble, I need it to stay on there. But Travis built this out for me, so huge thank you to him. This is the VRD carbon, and he built it out for me. And
are you running the Fusion Pro?
The raw. Yes, 2300 kV stock pinion, slow as butter, man.
Really?
With the stock 15 tooth. Everyone was saying go down to like a 12 or 13.
Yeah.
It's so slow still. Like you can creep it. Like if you've got a good radio, there's no issue going slow.
Yeah.
Maybe if you really are running into something where it's binding and trying to go slow, I don't know, maybe
Well, and that's supposed to be a competition crawler. You're not going long distance with it, so slow is great.
But it goes fast. We left the 15 tooth on, and it's a 2300 kV.
Oh, and
that's
it's
why
still,
they were saying gear it down so you could go slow.
Oh, I thought
so
you meant it went slow.
And then we did the 2300 kV. We didn't do the 1200.
Yeah,
so
that'll
it's quick.
Be zippy. Oh,
yeah. And we were only running 2S. Maybe that's why. Maybe when I hit 3S, it'll be a little harder to control the low end. So I might have to at that point. At 2S though, it was super smooth.
I haven't ran 2S in a crawler. Who are you? 2S in a crawler? I don't even know you anymore.
That's all I run in my micros too. Although I just got the Hard Park 3S.
Yeah.
Square packs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Here's my body. Actually, it's not mine. My daughter did it for her car, which will be hers soon after this weekend. But the windows are actually just the film. And she's like, I actually kind of like it looking purple like that. After the blue and the pink was on it, she's like, I think I might
just
leave
darkened up behind it. Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, so she's like, I might leave it. So all our bodies are going to have the star pattern, the America flag star pattern. So
yeah,
Dalton's is in the garage right now getting painted. What was I going to show? There was something back here that I was like, oh, it makes more sense, but I don't remember. But, oh, that's what it was. This was her inspiration.
Oh, yeah. Ghost.
Yep. So she was like, all right, that's what my paint's going to be. And so we painted her wing pink too.
Nice.
So it'll be very visible on the track, which will be awesome. So I'm pumped about that. And, dude, she's been doing some work on the B7. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, she's built the whole thing. It's funny because I don't think...
Is she going to run the B7?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's building it for Dalton. She's getting Dalton's race car. And then we're going to go through Dalton's race car and upgrade it for her eventually, like over time. No, Dalton's getting the B7. It's a killer.
What's going on, Jason?
It's a really killer build. And she's done all of it. Like, I've probably helped her start a couple screws here and there. But for the most part, it's a really good build. And I'm proud of her for it. So that'll be cool to see that on the road. We're not going to get that one on until March 2nd is the first turf race.
Okay.
Well, it's not the first turf race. It's this weekend is a big race. We'll get to that in a little bit, but this weekend's a big race, so he's going to be going over to that. I wonder why 3S.
People out there on 3S wondering why they're constantly breaking axles and drive lines.
Yep.
I don't typically break my crawler junk.
Yeah. I don't
typically run on 3S either. I do 2S on a lot of them.
All my crawlers are 3S.
Unless it's just too slow.
All my crawlers are 3S. Yeah. All of them. I don't run 2S at all on crawlers, except for minis.
Yeah.
All my 10th scale, 3S. Yeah, 4S is pretty tough. Like, I've run 4S on a couple of them, especially the U4 thing. 4S is like detonating axles. Literally. I mean, it will just shred axles. Ooh. Are those the stickers that come with it? So many
options for the grill.
Wow. That top right one is hideous.
This one?
With a 6-pack? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, dang it, that's the one I was going to do.
No, I was kind of leaning toward other side. This middle one here.
Yeah. Yep.
That or the top one.
Yeah.
One of those three in general.
Yep.
Not the square lights.
Interesting.
Well, maybe the bottom square lights. I have to see it when I paint it because I'm gonna do a terrible paint job on this.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna mask the windows. I'm not gonna mask the window, or I am gonna mask the windows, and then I'm just going to
like throw paint at it.
Spray black, spray green, and then spray white over all of it. So it'll fill under anywhere there's not black, where I didn't get coverage. So I'm just gonna hit some of the back end with black, some of the front end with green, and then just white.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do? What would
I have
be dope?
to white back the green.
Dude, you know what would be awesome? Take the dish soap trick, do the dish soap, spray the black down, and then wash that dish soap out, and then do a green and white fade overall where the dish soap is.
I've never seen that trick. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, dude, it's hot. It's really good.
Plus, you got to do the dish soap in thick lines so that it'll be like a 80s kind of
like snot,
streaky.
Yep. Just like thin or thick lines, whatever. Don't let it run. Let it set up.
I don't hate that idea.
And then spray it with black. Then wash it out. Then go with the green and the white fade. Ooh. Mwah.
I don't hate it.
You shouldn't hate it because it's freaking awesome. It was my idea. You're welcome. So
I will try that. I've never done it. Hey, and if it goes bad,
it's my fault.
No, it doesn't matter. Like the whole point is to not be. Yeah.
Axial 32 says easy and awesome. Yeah, you have to be patient with it though. That's the problem. You have to wait for it to dry, like to set up.
The soap.
Yeah. Yep. Owen Rogers saying hydro dip. So speaking of patience, that's what I was saying. In a selfish way, I want to build this kit, this B7. So I'm hoping down the road I get to get another one that I can build. But not wanting to be like, here, let me show you. And that's the patience part of it. That's difficult. But still pretty cool. So you were talking about your comp. And
you have comp stuff to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about the competition corner stuff. So I'll talk about what I got coming up. And surprise. Okay. We're going to kind of
blended all mine.
We're going to kind of get this I'm going to mix this. I'm going to stir this up.
Stir it up.
Are you ready?
I stirred it on accident. I stirred all of my pots together.
Yeah, I know. You were a jerk about it. I was going to be like, whoa, Tony. Whoa, where are you going? It's all right. I'll land the plane, Tony, as they say in the biz. I'll land the plane. So, okay. So I know a year ago or so, you had an identity crisis on your channel and you were getting heat because it was all, you were transitioning from monster trucks into minis and people didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people. I have a feeling that I'm making a transition from, they're not going anywhere because I love doing it, but I think it's going to start getting heavy for competitive racing. All sorts. And
Pablo's just going to be beating children.
a win's a win, baby. Like you don't even know. That's my favorite saying. Being up on that novice stand, a win's a win. So
going loosening wheel nuts of little 8-year-olds.
Put them into the wall. Put them into the wall.
Oh shit!
Get out of my way.
Break my Vernors, and I opened it. I missed all the beginning fizz.
Yep.
All right, so you're gonna be jumping.
So, okay. So the schedules came out for what's possible. I'm gonna share this screen just so it makes sense of what I'm talking about. So the schedules came out, and it's kind of bananas. Can you guys see that? Okay.
That's a lot of classes.
Oh, well, that's just one. That's just the turf outdoor schedule. That's what's crazy. So you're looking there. That's the turf outdoor schedule, right? And then from there, they also have dirt off-road. And then they also have
Are those on opposite weekends?
Yeah. Well, some of them are. Some of them overlap. Like some of them are a Sunday when you have a race on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So so like for instance,
go back to the last one.
That one?
May 3rd. Yep. And then the other one was May 5th. So Friday. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So, okay. So potentially, so let's say 8 plus 7. What's that? 15 plus 7. What is that? 23. Is that right? 5 plus 7. 22. 22. 22 races. 22 main races. And then
$30 an entry.
Yeah.
Not cheap.
No. So, okay. I can't see the comment, so if you can, keep an eye if there's any comments. So, okay, so there's the 22 races, right? Major races. And then there's also Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are club races. Every Tuesday is going to be Turf Tuesday, like we did last summer. So my kids will be out there running, and I'll be out there doing the live. And I think I've worked a deal where I'm going to try to get our trailer or whatever set up right next to the track so I can do the live and have the track in the background. Thursday, they're alternating weeks. So week 1 would be for like off-road dirt. Week 2 would be dirt oval, and then it would alternate back and forth. So we've got quite a bit going down there. Pablo's going to be the novice and master's king. Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. No, and so that's one of the things, Eddie's, that's one of the things that I'm wondering how I'm going to, like, what I'm going to do there. Because I think what's going to happen is there's going to be weekends where obviously we're not going to race. Like, it's just too much.
Now, to be fair, we raced BMX and it was the same type of schedule.
Yeah.
And we were there. We'd go to one race series on a Saturday, one direction from our house an hour, and be there from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Yep.
And then we'd go the other way the next day and be there from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m.
So
and we did that for 10 years. Like,
yeah. Yep.
So you can do it. Like, if you really love it, if they're having fun, and we had fun.
Well, here's the other side of it.
Rained out.
Yeah. Here's the other thing about it. It's 10 minutes away from my house.
Mm-hmm.
All those races are 10 minutes away from my house. So it's like, that's pretty rad. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty rad. Oh,
Kingsling.
Hands down. Or Bog Hog. But hands down. Anyways, but so it's close to the house. Someone said it, cardboard crawlers, about the fees. Yeah. So I'm super torn because I wish my YouTube was in a better place where I could be like paying for racing with YouTube, but it's not there yet. And I kind of don't want to do the what's it called? I don't want to do the sponsor thing, but because if I was to do sponsors, I want sponsors to pay for entries.
So the other thing people are saying is it's a way to burn out, but also if they don't race enough, people are like, it's not doing it, and they sell their stuff because they don't race enough.
Yep.
So you can't win. You're gonna have people atrophy either way.
Right. Well, and the way I look at it, if you're playing, if your kids, if your kids are into baseball, guess what you're doing every Saturday?
Yeah,
you're at the baseball field. If your kids are into soccer, you're at the soccer field.
Yeah, I was gonna be at the beach, but okay.
Yeah, no. But you know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Now the days are a lot longer. Yes, the days are much longer, but you get a trophy if you're good every race, not just once a year. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, so
why don't other sports do that? Like baseball, like why you win a game? Why not just get a trophy? Like we
you do if you're on a travel team. That's how we did it. Like we would go and do tournaments every weekend. So
yeah,
that's how that was. But yeah, so Okay, so the big question is that I really wanted to be a part of or help host a couple scale events out here this summer. And I don't know if that's going to happen with this schedule like this. I mean, I'll have to like take 2 weeks off or something like that to put something like that on. Because I would just put it on at a place like Die Hard. They have a crawling area too. And so I would just do that there. But yeah. Yep. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So this summer or this weekend, sorry, what were you going to say?
Nothing. I had it in my hand.
So this Friday, we are going to our first out-of-state trophy race. And
that's going to Oregon.
Yep.
That you might not come back from. So.
Yep. Oh, speaking of Art Hopper, so he's down there. I want to race this weekend. That makes 3 cars to have compete and running. Yep, that's my story of my life. So, is this weird? Is this creepy? That so I went to Live RC, and I was looking at their classes that we're going to be in to see who was most consistently there and who was consistently at the top. To see that way, I go and I see who's there at the race and be like,
open out the competition.
Yep. That way, I'm like, okay,
you're such a nerd.
Art. That's Art. Okay, Art. Dalton's gonna drag him. So I was like, okay, that's Art. And then there's another guy out there. Like, yep. As far as I know, it seems like there's 4 people that are pretty consistent out there, and 2 or maybe 5, and there's a couple of them that are like families. You could tell they're families because they have the same last name. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm interested to see how the kids do out there. Should be fun. The track's a lot tighter.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks a lot tighter than what we're used to running on. So our last race that they had here, they actually condensed they tightened up the track and they tightened up the lanes, and it was a good race, man. It was good, but it was tight, and the race there looks pretty tight. So they're at PDX. They're actually hosting the Roar Regional Championship in June. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. What am I running for Oval? We are going to be running the SR10 Street Stock class. So I'm converting a DR10 and a DK10 into the SR10. And that's what we're going to be running.
Nice.
And then my daughter's probably going to run the slash stock class.
Now, are you able to run any body on that SR10, or does it have to be one of theirs that's painted or whatever?
No, we can run it. They're not going to tell me what to do. This is America. Come on, Tony.
I wasn't sure if they were trying to go for one look, like of a car.
Yeah, they're going for one look, and that Pablo's look is good. What they're going for.
Because
what? You want me to show you the bodies?
No, the SR10. I mean, it has that look of like that old Monte Carlo, right?
Right.
I didn't want all the cars out there looking like that.
No, don't matter. I'll show you what we're doing.
Let me look better if they were, and they were all different paint jobs, like a real race. But whatever.
You do you. I will, because you're going to be like,
you're
going to be like, ooh, hold on, remove. How do I remove this? Stop screen. There we go. Okay. Share screen. Window.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yep. So we're going to be doing this body. And oops.
Oh, there's some pretty decent ones there.
And that body.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Do those come with decals, or do you have to paint the grills?
Some of them have. I think one of them has decals.
Okay.
But the other one,
I bought one like that one time, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm not painting all those headlights and stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm torn because I really want to do either Evil Knievel, like my stadium truck, or Skull Bandit. I love I've always loved Skull Bandit stuff. And I thought about doing like Bandito, like but not saying Skull, just something else and saying Bandito on it, but we'll see. What's my favorite racing class? The one I win in, which is none of them. I'm not very competitive. I like to get out there and run, but most of the time it's just trying to get my kids fast and let them.
He's super competitive in that he watches for how other people are doing in that type of competitive, but he's not competitive in that he's not actually.
I don't have the skill to be competitive.
Yeah.
I'll call it how it is. I could build the car, and I could.
You can bring people down to your level. That's the thing that people forget is a tactic and a tool that they have at their disposal.
Yeah.
Not everybody needs to make it around the track the whole time without getting broken. So,
well, I mean,
you turn left when you thought it was a right, but oops, it happens every once in a while.
I'll definitely be my kid's Harry for sure. Yep, I would just watch that movie the other day. I was like, ooh, when I'm making the cars, I'm like, I'm going to shape you like a bullet. Yep. So, nice. That's what I like about it. I like being able to tune I think the most thing that I enjoy about it is talking to the kids and having them tell me how the car is reacting and trying to decipher what it is that they're trying to say and then work and give them a vocabulary. And then somehow we kind of find the middle ground and I can make changes to make it work. Like, dude, the oval race, his B main that he did is our first race. And I can't wait to post that video. And it's probably not going to look that exciting, but the idea of where the car was to where it ended and the B main was like he was carving. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like and it was cool being able to talk back and forth and figure out how to do that. So yeah, I thought about doing a mellow yellow car too, Days of Thunder style.
So my if my kids were doing that with me, and I'd be like, Dad, make my car better. Like that guy keeps beating me. My only tactic would be to steal their car and replace it and just switch the bodies on them and be like, there. Now your car should be able to win.
Yeah. You go over there, money bags down. You're like, so what could I trade you for that car?
I'll throw in my son's one so that you can still race.
Yeah. I got these sweet SCX 24s over here. What's it going to take?
I geared it down just so your son wouldn't win anymore, but
yep. No, I think that's the most fun that I have about with the racing thing is just, doing that kind of thing. I think that's been a blast. So Tony would weld an excessively big battery tray in the cars.
So I've got to say,
you're like, it's still there.
Well, Travis, not only did he build the carbon VRD, but he's taken the old Phoenix and he's built it as well into a crawler.
Nice.
He was able to deconvert all of the awesomeness that I put into it. He was able to take away and make it perform more like a stock truck would instead of all the awesomeness that I had engineered for it.
Right.
Turned out that somewhere along the way we did bend the chassis. Apparently, I don't know what would have caused that to happen when we were running it. But he got rid of all the welds, the battery tray.
Nice.
It looks really good. I have no idea how he does it.
Knowing's half the battle.
Yeah.
Our pastor used that reference this Sunday. He said something about G.I. Joe and waited for someone to say, knowing's half the battle. It was pretty funny. I was like, okay, there you go.
Now you know.
B. Kochner, yep. Dad, the dealie isn't making the thingy work. 100%. Yeah. Like, what? I'm like, so when you're going, is it like on ice or is it not fast? Is it not turning when you want it to turn? What's going on? So, it's like, help me help you. Yeah. So, no, that's fun. I really like that. I want to be faster. I really do. I don't know why I'm not faster. You would think I would be faster. It's like one of those things where it's like I'm talking to the kids and telling them what lines to take and how to carve and how to have racecraft and all that. And I'm like, why can't I dang put this together? The kids seem to be doing it. Just everything I'm telling them, they're doing it. Why can't I do it?
Yeah. You know, there's some things that we can still be good at, like just
dad farts.
Yesterday, my kids were out playing like that Foursquare game, but it's like volleyball version of Foursquare. It's got like a net in the middle and divides into 4 corners. Yeah. You gotta like keep the ball in there, trying to knock people out. And I just
like spike it,
kids, man. Oh, I didn't even need to. I was just crushing them. Like
you're like man strength, smash,
like little tips into theirs and just getting it against the net and just
yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm going to be in the leader square for the rest of the game.
Yeah. You like smash it down. You're like, not today.
Yeah.
That's what I think is awesome, is that like hearing the kids get the what's it called, the confidence, you know what I mean, the confidence behind it, and getting not a chip on their shoulders, but being able to like go out there and brood a little bit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, when you set up the kid cars, yours doesn't get the attention that it used to.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Like, yes, like, oh, dude, I haven't. I finally.
Well, I mean, that means if you're being a good parent, like some of us just.
Like, you gotta drive the dang thing faster. Yeah. You want to win? Drive faster. Yeah. No. Yeah, like my truck is like
the kids your car to drive and have them tell you what's wrong.
That's a good idea. Well, you know what's funny? Some of the guys that saw him do it at the end of last season, he goes, "Can I drive your car?" And I'm looking at him. I'm like, so he just got out of doing, his first novice season, and he's like, "Can I drive yours?" Huh? And it went from a 21.5 to a 13.5 stadium truck, and I was like, "All right." So I handed him the wheel, and he went up to the stand with a couple other guys, and was smoking in my truck. And I was like, and the guys noticed it too. They're like, "He drove the wheels off of your truck," and I was like, "I know, like."
Never seen it go so fast.
Yeah, totally. I don't think I told him.
Watch you drive that for weeks.
Yeah. Well, did I tell you about, like, last year he was talking so much trash to me? He's like telling me how slow I was out there compared to everyone else. And he's like, "Dad," he goes walking by me. He's like, "Dad, you're like, your car's in slow motion. Everyone else is passing you." I was like, come on.
John Martin said he's going to some pro moto races here. That's cool.
That'd be cool. Yep. It's pretty funny. Yeah, that, and last race, I didn't tell him, but in one of the quals, he actually pulled more laps than I did. And he's running 21.5 and run 13.5. I was like, all right, sweet. Nice.
Jericho McCarty drag race. He didn't give it back and won the event. Didn't he win the SCX 24 comp at Axial Fest Badlands too with your truck? I think he did.
That's rad.
I think that's he took rad. Because you were allowed to run it with, you could only run it once with the truck, but you could switch with other people and run their truck. You just couldn't do the same truck twice because you didn't want to. Once you do it and see how it handles, we don't want you to have that chance again.
Right.
But you'd run somebody else's. And he was like straight pulling wheelies with it and stuff, I think. Had so much power.
That's funny.
He won with one of my trucks. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love seeing that kind of stuff, man. So much fun.
Yeah. My kids haven't taken to it in that way where they're trying to do well at it.
Yeah.
Like with the 24 scale. So
I'm interested to see what the oval and the dirt looks like. The concept we're going at it with is that it's going to be a throwdown racing for us, meaning we're just going to kind of maintenance the cars and throw them down and go out there and run,
have fun,
and have fun. Yeah, we're focusing on turf right now, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. The other thing is that I don't know what to do. So I have only ran one dirt oval race, and they're slightly banked, and I ran it with a loaner, and Dalton will in the summer is going to be moving up to a normal class in turf, but he also has only had one race. And so I'm wondering, can we both run the season in novice and just run door to door, or would it be better for us to go up to the next class and both of us run up in the next class? Or I just want to run with him. I want to put him into the wall. I want to show him who's boss and be like, sorry, kid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but what's going to happen is he's going to whoop your butt. You're not even going to be able to keep up with him to put him into the wall. You're going to have to wait for him to come around and hope that you get him as he's passing you.
Either that or what'll happen is that we'll seriously do the shake and bake. We'll be like up there talking to each other and be like slingshot engaged. And we'll just be like bumper to bumper pulling each other around the course. It's going to be awesome. I think it'd be fun.
Is it flat or banked?
That's why I said it's slightly banked.
Okay.
I think, I don't know. What would be your thoughts if you saw someone like me going? I mean, I'm not fast, and I would argue that I probably should have gotten a buggy and ran novice this whole time too, rather than jumping up to 13.5 stadium truck. But what would you think? Would it be a bad look if I ran novice? Be honest.
I don't know. I don't know how all that works. My thought is you should win out of whatever category it is. If they want novice to be like an entry level thing to get people in and learning and getting faster, then after you win 5 races, you're up. Moving on up, like
win or podium, because that's the rub. So like Dalton is always on podium or one off. But he is only one. He's only one.
People leave, and then you have the chance to be that guy that wins 5, and then moves up to keep up with those guys that just moved up.
So if that's the case, then this summer
I don't know what number it is, but that's how. Like in BMX.
No, I totally get it.
Like
yeah,
you could be a novice until you won 10 races, and then you had to move up to expert.
Okay, so if that was the case,
beginner, same thing. Beginner, you went out to novice. Yeah. And novice, you went out to expert. Expert, you could stay in it until you went pro.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that somehow I wish we had in the crawlers or any of it, because we get some of the guys that just hang out in the classes and they enter in all of them and they just win everything. And it's like,
yeah.
Okay, well, this class is meant to be like a stepping stone. Like,
Yep. Well, okay, so
like we run class 2, class 3, and we run in all of them, which is great because they make money every time we enter. But on the flip side, it's like, okay, well, once you get your so many wins, you move up to the 450 class.
Okay.
And guess what? You don't race both. You don't race 250 and 450.
Yeah.
You race one of them.
Okay, so here's where the rub is on that, because I was kind of contemplating that for summer season for Dalton, right? So he's clearly fast. And the problem with the way our group is set, it's not a problem. It's just that you can walk in and do novice. We get a lot of, so like for instance, in the summertime, we'll have turf, but we'll have dirt guys come around and say they're a good dirt racer. Then they say, oh, I want to run turf. They'll jump in a novice and be right up there with Dalton or beat him or whatever. You know what I mean? So he's not running. It's not like a closed group, right? Like it's not like a closed class season where only those people sign up for novice and only those people can run novice. It's like open. And so the ability to say that, the ability for him, bless you, to run and do like 5 first place finishes is going to be tough, right? Because we have like those guys that came and were ringers last time. So that'll be tough. But he's up there no matter what. You know what I mean? So it's like, does he stay? Because the other thing is the people below him are...
If you haven't had a taste of actually winning, then there's no reason they should force anybody up. If you haven't won one, podium or not. Like, that's what I think. Like, the point is you move those people up that are winning, And then those guys that are taking second and third can win. And once they become the winner, then you move them up.
Yeah.
But then at some point, then you have no beginner class because all the, so that's the other thing. If you're not getting enough new people checking it out,
well, that's the nice thing.
Away.
Yeah, that's the nice thing. Our novice class is generally 2 heats worth of cars, of 8 to 10 cars, so like 18 entries a novice, which is really good. You know what I mean? But the thing is, it's like the top 5 guys, and then below those top 5 guys, the separation is like 2 or 3 laps. See what you know what I mean? So it's like, but and there's the argument that you're not going to get better
if you're not chasing somebody good.
If you're not chasing someone good, Yep.
It's tough because it might even be something where you do it for a season. Like, okay, you've been winning this whole season. Now it's time to move up.
Right. Well, that's the thing. So summer season, he finished second overall. He's out front for first place this year, and winter season.
And then if you take first for that season, move him up.
Yeah. Regardless of podiums. I mean, he's obviously, like I said, he's going
to get a first for the season, so he's going to get the big award no matter what.
And he had 1 first, a second, 2 thirds, and he's had 2 TQs already this season. So a TQ to me is like a win. It's pretty good. So, so yeah, I mean, I think him moving up is the right thing. Now, when it comes to dirt, though, totally different monster. I think we're both, especially with our 8 scale, we're both novice. Like, as much as I have cut my teeth in dirt stuff, I haven't driven 8 scale like that competitively, and either has he. So we're definitely going to be novice. And the thing about, and I don't mean this the wrong way, I think novice for oval, my observation is it's very novice for oval.
See you, Josh.
But if you're, what happened? Oh, my daughter just put something down, I think. What you do?
Yeah. I don't know how they should do it. Maybe it's if they win the whole thing, then they should move up. Maybe it's not a certain amount, but they win the whole thing. That'd be like, that's kind of how we would do it at our monster truck stuff. Like you could win all year during the whatever races. Everybody just raced together. But when it came to the big one, they had like a pro level and then just the regular. And if you ever won your class in one of the years, you had to go up the next year to the pro level. Right. Winning your class means you're beating out a ton of people.
Yeah.
And so at that point, they're like, you're good enough to be competing with the other guys that have won.
Yeah.
But it almost was better in some ways to be in the pro because there's just less people. So there's less stages. Like you only had to win so many to win it all instead of having to win a ton, to get through to the end. But
yeah, the oval is clay out here. And for him, like I part of it is selfishness for me, not because of the competitive side, but because when he moves up to 21.5, the field is so big. I mean, it's like D and C mains for moving all the way up. So it's
now
so
hopefully
big.
They have a bar to get into that class. Like it seems like there should be you've done novice and you're not going to wreck everybody. That's good by coming up into the class.
I think right now he would probably be the top. He'd probably be mid
enough time on the track to know that you're not going to be just taking people
I don't
out.
think so.
To get out of the way. Really, those guys can just show up in the main class and knock people out.
Yeah. Well, that's why there's so many mains. I think if he moved up today, he would be mid pack, like maybe just under mid pack. But the mid pack is good enough to get the A main bump.
Yeah.
Like they're that close between mid pack to get A main bump. They're not the top of the A main, but they're close enough to get to the A main bump. he's had lap speeds and averages that are A main speeds for that class. The problem is the consistency. He's young, so he doesn't have the consistency. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but that's kind of like my thing. I also don't want to be there till 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday after we've been there from 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk to the RD. Like you said, I think it's a great idea if he comes up on top, which I think he will.
The other thing is you have to have enough people in order to have that many different classes. Like when we were racing BMX, there was enough people to have a race in those usually. If not, they'd blend a few. Like, okay, we're going to have to do 12 and 13-year-old novices because we don't have on this weekend 3 or whatever it took to make a class. So they'd blend them. Or you do like the 12-year-old novices ran with the 11-year-old experts.
Yeah.
You were older, so hopefully that gave you that advantage or whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's a 2-year gap. I don't know. They did things like that to make
I've seen junior classes before.
That's the thing. Like when we're doing these crawler things, there's only so many people running in some of the classes. Like how would you break it up in order to have a beginner or novice class?
Right.
I feel like if there was one, so the problem is then too, like you get people that just show up and they've been watching Instagram, watching YouTube, and they've just thrown everything at their truck, which puts them into class 3 or whatever for our league.
Right. Yep.
Which is going to be one of the most competitive ones. Yep. And so that's just because they did all this stuff to their truck. They could, if they really wanted to compete against other people that are newer, run, and I'm seeing Slater's comment here, they could run in class 1, which is the stock class.
Yeah.
Almost nobody, like the guys that are running zeros and stuff, and they're not competing in that class. They just don't.
Sure.
They run class 2, 3, 4.
Right.
But it feels like you'd say, well, let's just make class 2. Let's make that like we'll have a class 2 like expert, or just or we'll have a novice version of class 2. And after you win it like 3 times, you move up. Like you give people, but the problem is you show up on a night and you only have the one new guy in that class. So what do you do?
Right.
But
the argument for that is that he's getting experience.
Compete is like, well, you see what everyone's doing. Like that's how you get there. Like we all were at that point, and
it's reps. Yeah.
And you just have to learn what people have done to their trucks to make them work well, and then just learn the techniques of what we're doing and the little cheats that we do. Like, oh, don't take a reverse, go the long way around, loop all the way back around, and try it again. Like, those things are where people shave off points and do all this stuff.
Yep. Well, the way they do it in like buggy, like in this off road that I've seen, they have a juniors class. Like, so for instance, say it's 17.5 and then 17.5 juniors.
Yeah.
Or they have like the mod. Or not the mod. Say it's 17.5, and then they have the expert what's not expert. What's the class called? You would think it's for old timers. I forgot what it's called.
Oh yeah, the over 60 class or whatever.
Masters. They call it Masters. Yeah. And you would like. I was like, it's over 40 here, and they're like 40 plus Masters, and I was like, ooh, maybe I'll get into that and be competitive. And then I actually paid attention to them. They're all mod cars. They're all super clean. And those are the guys that are like competitive.
They got money and they're throwing it at it, yeah.
Yeah, and they're not the mod class. They're the 17.5 master class or whatever. So it's like,
but they're modded, yeah. Because they don't have that rule. They don't have that stipulation. It's just your age. It's one of those things. Like I don't expect to show up at anything the first thing and be the winner. If you're a beginner. No. Even if there's a beginner class, you might not be the winner. Like that's how it was in BMX.
Yep.
But there's you come to learn and try to grow to a point where you can keep up, and then you start taking third. Then you take or fifth. Then you sneak in a third. You might get a second. You might luck and get a win. But it's just because that they failed. But at some point, you're still just working to get to the point where you're competing on the same level.
Right.
And there's always going to be people better than you. It's just, that's the breaks. Like,
and the thing is
then you're the guy that everybody's gunning for. So,
yep. Yeah. Well, and the thing is like the consistency wins all the time. the guy that's there every Thursday, that's doing all the classes that they can do, is going to be one of the top guys out there. So like Dalton he's only missed one race over winter season. It was Thanksgiving, and he's gone out and competed every race, and he's only not podium twice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think he's only not podium twice.
Hey, Crawler Tracks is in the house. What's up, man?
But because of that consistency, that's why he's on top for season points. You know what I mean? And that's what's making him better, is getting out there and doing it. So I think there's that too. The people that put in the work clearly are showing it, and reaping the reward out of that. But, yeah, that's 100% how I feel about it. Like, I just want to try to finish the race. That's all I'm trying to do.
I go to have a good time. I sometimes win. And when I'm not like up toward the top, it's because I did something stupid.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time, like, or if something breaks or whatever, like, but it's still just there to have a good time. And by the top, I mean like top 6 or so. But but I've also been doing it for like since the first Furetech stuff really started coming out, like those Komodos.
Yeah.
We started comping. So we've been doing it for a good bit with the minis and kind of figuring stuff out along the way. And
so
he's completely right on that. Tough thing is making the 124th course is hard enough for the regulars, but easy enough to finish for most people. Yeah, some like where last week, like the guys that like build their trucks like crazy and do always do well, they got a 6.
Oh, wow.
That means that they had like 2 winch points is what it meant.
Yeah.
Or 3 winch points. Or they took 2 reverses. Either one of those.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they took 3 winches based on the course, which is actually really good because I took 7 of them.
Yeah.
But for some people, like they were in the hundreds, like tallying up points, like smacking gates. And it was not an easy course. And like when they're getting 6 on some of those, it's like, dang, like they stepped it up. But one of the things I think is like, we've got the room. We can make a course that's built towards that class 1. Because if you're a class 1, if you're a stock truck running these lines that we're trying to do, it's your first time out, it would suck. Like I wouldn't want to do it as somebody that's run it. Like I would never want to do that with a stock truck. Like it's just going to tip over all the time, or you're going to have to winch all the time, and that's not fun because then you're just hooking straps to it for every gate, and that's not like comping. Like, but we've got room. We can throw down some more gates and make something that's for a class 1 stock truck. But
it's almost like the class 1/novice class should just be an obstacle course. You know what I mean? Like a doable obstacle course for people.
Yep.
And get through it and see how you do from there. But
well, we don't test any of our gates either. So that's the thing. It's not like it's like intentional. They put the gates where they think is doable lines. And then some of them that you think would be easy are just stupid hard. Like stupid hard. But we all just go for it. Or somebody destroys the course and we do a no fix. Like it's the real world. If that rock gets moved,
cut out. Yeah.
Or they dig it out, it stays that way. Like that's the benefit of going early. You don't get to see lines that other people are doing, but the course isn't tore up either. So like, you got to kind of weigh your odds and So it's what makes it fun. It's what it changes it every week. And I mean, when we do the stuff when we do the things that we put on other places, we do like an under 12 class, 12 and under one. Cause again, that the kids a lot of times can kick our butts at certain things.
Yeah.
I feel like the crawling's a little different than the fast hand-eye coordination.
It's because of the patience.
There's more thought and there's the patience and like
Hello. Ooh, thank you. Valentine's Day cupcakes.
Oh, check it out.
Oh, it's got a hat even.
That's not what we're doing though.
What? Oh.
We kind of burnt the bottoms of it.
So you have to cut them.
Yeah. So we're doing top on top.
Okay.
But you get a burnt bottom.
Thank you. Tastes delicious. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, but no matter what it is, it's whatever people set up as rules. So whatever your course does, if they don't have a reason for you to leave novice, stay in novice. But I feel like there should be a workup play, like something like that's the whole point, is to get out of it, not just to win in that class all the time.
I think
that's not why they have it, but
I think it's definitely a fair thing that if you win the season points, it's time to move up.
Yeah,
like I think that's definitely
Yep.
That's a good point.
And it gives another person that's almost a season point, like they could win the next year, the guy that's number 2, but somebody new could start and win too. Like,
so that's no actually
that's going to make you win next time, right?
That's actually a really
moved up. Now it's my turn. Maybe not.
That's a great point. That's a great point, because the guy that won the season for summer moved up, and Dalton got second, and now Dalton's in first place. There's a guy on his heels, but I think he's going to take it. So as long as he shows up to the next couple of races, he's going to take it, because he's got more TQs.
But it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, right. It's not guaranteed.
There you go, Nick B.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, we'll be there. So I'm going to be racing dirt this year with you. So I'm excited for that.
I love it. Hey, I like the 5T in there too. In his photo.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks. But
might be a good idea to do an obstacle course with our obstacles to get practice. Yeah, do it on the side.
Yeah.
That's what Microcrawler does.
130. So shifting gears, he's asking, Crawler Tracks is asking what we think about the 130, the Fear Tech Orlando.
I like that I don't have to build it. I like the idea of something that small.
Yeah.
I wouldn't compete it or anything like that, but like to just really crawl it on your desk or whatever, super fun.
How much is it?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's brushless and stuff out of the gun. It's probably $300 is my guess.
I feel like
FX 132.
I feel 260. He says. I feel like
just under 300.
I could get a lot more for that money than that. I think it would be cool, but I think it's kind of a novelty thing.
Yeah,
it looks. You know what I mean? Sick. I think it looks awesome, and I think it would be a novelty thing where it kind of wore off. Like, ooh, I'm crawling on my keyboard, and then I would do it for a month, and I'd be like, "Where'd that car go?"
Size of your hand still at that, or they got a small hand. Let's see. Let me put it up here.
Oh, there you go. Nick B is asking if I have a nitro car. I actually looked at going back to things, I thought it was smaller than that.
So it comes pre-built, so you don't have to build it.
Yeah.
Comes brushless.
Ooh.
Lights. I mean, like there's some cheap choice options that like the wheels. At 260, it's pretty spendy. Is it a hard body? It looks like a hard body. It is a little hard body. I wish the wheels didn't look so cheap.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it looks pretty cool.
You're stuck with them.
He
says go to the rock bouncer. There's a bouncer. That's the one that I was thinking.
Oh, the rock bouncer does look pretty cool. That's true.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. So while you're looking that one up, Nick was saying about 8-scale gas buggy. I was actually super contemplating, because of the big sale that's happening right now. Losi has an 8-scale nitro for $299 RTR right now. And I was like, come on, man. Like, super sick.
So it's smaller, but is it small enough?
We have
I
big
got
hands though, Tony.
decent sized hands. I can't ever get gloves that fit them.
Yeah.
And it's hanging over, so.
Yeah. I think our hands are bigger than most.
What are you trying to say here? Mine can cover the whole screen. Man, I need to see. I mean, I know there's videos of them.
Yeah.
On Instagram. I don't hate the look of this one actually at all.
I don't hate the look of it. I think it's pretty sick. But because it's so small, I feel like it's one of those things where, like I said, I think I'd lose interest over a while. I don't know. Big gloves.
Yeah. I have to like go to Cabela's to try and get some, and they still don't fit great.
Yeah. Yeah. The problem I have is my palms. I have abnormally wide palms. So like my fingers are long, but my palms are really wide. So it's like, I have that problem. Feels like they would be short for the 24 scale, the drive lines.
I just wish they did the trophy truck.
Pre-built.
That's the coolest
brushless.
one that Orlando has. Is that?
It is. Yeah,
that'd be so cool if it's
one.
ready to run.
Yep. Are they sweaty? I don't have sweaty hands. Okay, so let's jump real quick into RC postmortem. Let's talk about your YouTube video of the FJ.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll talk about my YouTube video of the oval. And then I think that's it. Then we'll close it up. How about that?
I got some decent looking footage again.
Yeah.
I've been taken out for those kind of things, the nicer cameras.
Yeah.
For the run footage of it. So
nice.
Pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with how it handled. Like I would never drive it. Like I would not recommend people drive it where I did. But our trails here are so muddy right now from the 24 inches of snow that melted, and that was as much as outside as I want to take it. Like I didn't even want to walk through my yard spots; it's so swampy. But that area, I mean, the tires are now stained with clay from running it there, pretty much. But it was someplace to show it working, and it did better than it should have for that area. So in my opinion, for what it is with the hard body, like it's a trail truck. It'll handle trails awesome.
Yeah.
And look good doing it. I was a little bummed that the mirrors were so hard to put on. For the people that would want to do it, like being that little Phillips head and then it just wouldn't screw in no matter how hard I tried. Like it just wasn't drilled out or something. So that was a bummer. So I just decided not to put it on because I figured I'd break it anyway. But I couldn't get the other one off because of the same silly Phillip head.
Yeah.
I just left the driver one on, and but
they're gonna break anyway. When you roll, they'll break.
Yeah.
You don't need side mirrors. Come on.
Well, they popped off, which is nice, and they just popped back on. So
nice.
That mirror itself, and the rest is pretty flexible. So I'm thinking it won't break. You just have to make sure that you watch for it to fall off. But yeah, pretty decent. I've got a couple of other things from FMS coming. Can't release until later in the month, but some cool stuff.
That's cool.
Stuff. Yep.
I'm crossing my fingers Element comes out with some new stuff. Like I haven't talked to them about that kind of thing in a while. And so I'm hoping that they come out with some like new, something different. I think they're due for it. We'll see.
Well, I've got this body to paint. We'll get the VRD carbon out and running that here soon too.
What was I going to say? So the oval video, funny, I've never had this happen to me yet. So I called up McAllister today. That's the company that makes those bodies that I showed you.
Yep.
And it was kind of one of those random things where I was running out of time and I didn't have the time to search on the internet. So I was like, do they have a phone number? I'm just going to call. So I call and I'm like chatting up this guy and I'm like, I'm probably calling from the other side of the country, blah, 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 talking to him. And he goes, you sound familiar. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, did you make a video for Creekside that had Creekside RC in it? And I was like, why, yes, I did. He goes, I saw that video. And I was like, that's weird.
Cool.
I was like, that's weird. But the video was like, I had fun doing the video. It was one of those things where it's like a low light situation in there, so it was hard to get crisp video.
Yeah.
With the long lens camera, I probably could have shot better video with a GoPro, as cringy as that is to say, but on like a long selfie stick or something, I probably could have got some cool shots. But
got it out in there, yeah.
Yeah, but it was still pretty cool, like seeing those cars going and ripping and busting through. So that was a cool video. It did pretty well, actually. Finally, I haven't had a good video in a while, so we'll see how that goes. What was I going to say about that? I think that's all I had to say about that. I have 2 more videos of that coming out. They had a 250 lap slash race, which was bedlam. That was cool. And then there's Dalton's B main that I'm going to throw out there. But Dalton's B main,
it seems like it'd be fun to run on an oval. Would be those Tamiya Fox trucks that they had, those race semis.
Oh yeah,
they're street trucks, but I'm like, man, those would be fun to oval. Like seeing a bunch of those going around.
Well, we have we have a speedway here, and they run the semi trucks on the speedway.
Yeah,
they're super rad.
They're so cool.
I can totally see that. Yeah.
But if it had an oval on them, even if it's just on pavement, do an oval with them would be super rad looking. I've got one of those. Maybe I'll try and get some guys together, build some, and do stock racing.
That's one thing I keep on forgetting that I need to get. I need to get Olivia a transponder. It's one of the things we talked about that. I hate doing that for racing. I hate buying transponders because they're so like expensive for what they are. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What chassis is a dirt oval at Die Hard? They run all classes. So I threw it up before. Hello. Oh, another one.
Failed attempt.
Okay, well, I haven't even eaten the first one.
Oh.
I can't eat while I'm on screen. It would look weird. And it would sound weird.
No.
Yeah.
We kind of want to see it now, actually.
No, you don't want to see it. You're like,
So those little ones, they say are only 3 to 4 inches long.
Yeah.
So that's pretty small.
See ya.
C-Dubs wants it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking at this little Fiskars board on my desk. 3 to 4 inches. That's actually pretty small.
Like
I might have to order one. Like I could see me running that thing.
Yeah.
Especially on our indoor mountain. That would make it even seem cooler.
I was trying to see if I know I have calipers somewhere around here.
It's keeping track of all the different batteries for everything that just starts to drive me crazy.
Yeah. Okay, 3 inches. Yep. That's 3 right there.
Mm-hmm.
The size of my finger.
The ESC sticking out of the cage is kind of weird too now I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Don't go hungry on our account. Some people may like watching me eat that too much. I know. That's weird. I'm not going to do it. It's like having the foot cam.
Yeah, it's a little weird how it sticks out like that.
Helps you roll back over.
That said, I mean, my buggy is like that V-dub chassis I built with the battery sticking out front.
David Ferris says, outside mini LMT, he's over minis. So last year.
Mini LMT is awesome.
Pretty rad. It's not as bad as you think.
Okay.
I think it'd be rad. I think that'd be cool. I just, like I said, for me, I feel like I would be like lose interest quickly.
Yeah, so my group, that home group I was talking about, is about to start here doing the 18 scale and 24 scale crawlers, having groups come. So I've actually got a bunch of FMS that I'm going to use as loaner vehicles, the 18 scales.
Yeah.
So I got to start charging up batteries and getting all that stuff ready. Buy a bunch
That's cool.
Actually, I'll try and get we go through so many AA batteries for our like receiver packs and our mic packs at church that I'll probably just we dump them when I get down to like 2 bars. Like it's not worth having it go dead,
crash out.
Yeah, and not having like in-ears or whatever. So it's like we there's probably every weekend 12 batteries or 16 batteries that are still for a radio. They'd last for a long time still.
Oh,
so
I
need to collect those for the group, so I'm not paying out for batteries for all these things.
David Ferris, is it the night runner or the night walker?
Crawler Tracks, you're saying that ESC sticking out's not as bad? I'm guessing that's what you're meaning. Yeah, and it just may be this photo. Photos never are great for
unless you
ways to look at things for the first time. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Oh, it'd be sick, Nick B. Yep, I have the servo that I could run in it. That'd be awesome, dude. Night Runner, I'd swap it over to solid axle though. Yes, or try the IFS 2 is solid. It's really good. Really, really good. Really, really good. I'll have to see if there's something I can give you in trade, Nick, because I don't want to just take something like that off your hands. I think that'd be rad, though. Be fun to try it. I really think my son would like it. I think he's a little intimidated by him, but I think he'd like it. Dude, the IFS 2, like I gave that one away because I thought I had a Nightwalker in the mail. So I gave that one away, and the IFS 2 is a solid rig, dude. Super, super good. Super, super good. So upcoming, I've got that race, and then we've got, I think, 3 more races, and then we're done with the season, which is crazy. But I really want to do some crawling, man. I haven't had a chance to do any crawling. I got sick, and then the weather's been crappy. I haven't had a chance to go out and do any, like, walk behind rock crawling. I need to figure out what video I should post. What do you guys think I should post on Thursday? Should I post a video? I won't buy it. I won't buy the RTR. Do not buy. Okay. I won't do it. I won't do it. What was I going to say? I lost train of thought. What was I talking about? Totally lost train of thought. I just saw do not buy. No, crawling. Something about crawling. I haven't. Oh, what should I post on Thursday? Should I post I have another video of the Jericho crawling. I have the B main for Dalton's race. And I have another one. Oh, I have a King of the Hill crawl that we did with 24 scales, which wasn't very exciting, but it was still pretty good. I have those 3 that I could post. I have a couple other ones, but those ones are the closest to post right now. I do videos Mondays and Thursdays, right? I don't do it on Wednesday, do I?
Not usually.
No, do I? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
There you go. Needs a crawler. I think I know a guy, Nick.
Did you see Big America jump the trailer?
With a trailer? Yes.
That was so sick.
I did. And it looked awesome. It looked awesome.
The way he landed it, so good.
Yep. Greased it. Super greasy. Yeah, buddy.
All right.
What was I? Yep. I'm done.
Look at our notes. Make sure we got it all. You had a lot to cover.
Well, I think we covered it. I think you covered it.
Yep, I talked about all of mine all at once. The Mias axles.
Yep.
All of that kind of rolled into Mini. I showed my hard park wheels. Revisited the rebuild on that instead of just talking about the mini comp. I talked about the whole truck. So I ruined that.
Thanks a lot, Tony. Because it was supposed to be bench time at the end with the Muse, the B7, and the Carbon.
And I just stuck him in wherever.
You just
I'm like,
went
hey,
for
here's
it.
a good time for me to interject something.
Yeah, you're like, got a very important announcement. Cannonball! Like just jump. Yep. Yep. So I tried to fill in places, so I think we're good.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think we're good.
Went back and tried to keep it on track.
So now it's time for us to finish this body. Put that one on. She's racing a loner. It's back there. You can't see. She's going to run a loner. And then the second will be his first race. Oh, you saw the, yeah. UDR is not up for grabs. You just missed out, Nick B, because I just got rid of my Baja Ray and my mud truck. Yes. Russell took care of that one. He's like, hey. So
did they actually ship?
No, I'm rebuilding the back half of the Baja Ray.
Okay.
I didn't like it, and I told him, I was like, hey, you can have this, but I need to do it again because I just don't like it. So rebuilding it.
I have to, the thing that I'm shipping you, I have to get just that really thick brown paper, packing paper, shipping paper, just to wrap the box with, because doing another big box around it, one, I can't get one that size. Two, would be a mess. So I'm just going to wrap it and then
cross your fingers
that way. Yep.
You're like, hey.
I mean, the actual box it's in is pretty rigid. I felt it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should be good.
David Ferris is asking if I got rid of the Kingsling or the Bog Hog. Neither. I don't know if you saw that Rat Rod LMT truck that I had that I put mud tires on. Looked pretty sick. So that's the one he got, or he's getting. So yeah, I'm pumped about that. I remember that. That's what he says. That's funny. Yep. So that's what I got. It's going to be a busy spring and summer. We also have We Rock, Call to Crawl. Don was in here earlier. We're collabing on that. So we did that video a couple weeks ago. But all right, nice. I got to let you go because you got to get to bed.
Yep.
And I need to go and crack the whip because I still hear people up and it's bedtime.
Yeah, they're trying to make you more snacks.
I know. That was our Valentine's gift to each other, was the mattress.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys.
That's awesome. Later.
See you.